Coronation Street reveals David's hidden secret in fire drama. Where was he when the flames ignited? Coronation Street has dropped a bombshell regarding the Platt household fire, with David Platt finally coming clean about his whereabouts when disaster struck. Earlier in the episode, Sarah Platt and Todd Grimshaw were running the salon when a man named Andy arrived. Looking for Dave O, sensing something suspicious, Sarah realized Todd appeared to recognize the shady visitor. Determined to find out more, she followed Todd back to the funeral parlor for answers. Todd explained that he had seen Andy before, at Paul Foreman's memorial rave. He went on to reveal that Paul had actually crossed paths with Andy in prison, where Andy had been serving time for insurance fraud. He's the type you shake hands with and then double-check all your fingers are still there, Todd warned. Unsettled by what she'd learned, Sarah sought out Nick Tilsley and took him to Roy's cafe, where they confronted David. Andy also seemed to know David from his time behind bars, raising further suspicions. Sarah and Nick directly asked whether David had set the fire for an insurance payout, but he firmly denied any involvement. Meanwhile, at the hospital, Shona Platt admitted she had heard about Sarah and Nick's concerns. Though she desperately wanted to believe David was innocent, she couldn't fully trust him unless he disclosed exactly where he had been when the fire started. With no other choice, David eventually confessed that he had been acting as a getaway driver that night, settling a debt with gangster Harvey Gaskell. "I was basically a glorified taxi driver," David explained. "They hit an electrical warehouse. Nobody was there, no harm done. It was a victimless crime. No one will ever know. It'll be fine." Shona, however, wasn't convinced. She pointed out that David was terrible at covering his tracks, noting he couldn't even remember to clear his browser history. If he thought he could get away with this, she wasn't so sure. As their argument escalated, the conversation was cut short when Kit Green and the police suddenly arrived. They informed David that he was being taken in for questioning under suspicion of arson. During the police interview, David insisted that he had been in Denton with Andy at the time of the fire but refused to elaborate on why. When Kit returned from verifying Andy's statement, he revealed that Andy had contradicted David's alibi. Realizing the situation was spiraling out of control, David attempted to leave, eager to return to the hospital to see Max Turner, but Kit stopped him in his tracks, informing him that he was officially under arrest for fraud and attempted arson. Back at the hospital, after revealing the getaway car confession to Nick and Sarah, Shona rushed to Max's bedside just as he woke up. His first words were a worried inquiry about David's whereabouts. The episode ended with a chilling shot of David, alone in a jail cell. Will he manage to prove his innocence?
Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more movie spoilers next week. Goodbye and see you again.